Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NBA action. Spurs at Clippers. It's wildcard weekend in the NFL, and we've got a special promo code. The code is WILD for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. The Spurs are 2-4 on the year, 4-2 against the number, while the Clippers are 5-2 straight up and against the spread. And this has been a Clippers team that's been pretty hot as of late, led by Paul George, who is the second most efficient shooter in the NBA right now. I know everybody made fun of playoff P because he kind of wilted in the bubble, but he's been shooting lights out when it comes to the start of this season. I know it's a small sample size. Other notes on this one, LaMarcus Aldridge might be questionable for this one or on a minutes restriction if he plays. But we've got Nick from the Insiders Room to kind of talk the betting aspect of this one. Nick, any trends that stand out to you or anything you think better should know when talking about the Spurs and the Clippers?
Yeah, an interesting matchup. You've broken it all down about their records and against their spread records and everything. I just think that this is a good spot for San Antonio. It comes in, it's lost two straight, and so it's going to be focused here. It's not going to be taking anything for granted, obviously. And the Clippers, they play in Golden State tomorrow, the following night. So I think that this is a potential look-ahead spot too, as well. They play a back-to-back set in Golden State there. San Antonio, it has a night off after this, but it gets to stay in town because it plays the Lakers after that. Most recently, the Spurs, they did lose 130-109 to Utah. And that was two nights after falling 109-103 to the Lakers. So, yeah, for me, I think this makes San Antonio the hungrier team in this matchup. And for me, that's important when taking an underdog on the road, because I'd probably be less likely to take them here, Chelsea, if they had actually won that game against the Spurs. But because they lost, and because they lost in blowout fashion, I think they come in much more prepared to come to play here. The last time these teams played, it was back in February of last year. It was 108-105. I mean, that was a close game. And so I do think we're going to see a similarly closely contested battle here, Chelsea. I think the Clippers, they will get caught looking ahead tomorrow night. I just like the San Antonio here after the back-to-back losses. And so I'm going to suggest to grab the points.
Right, and the Spurs have been particularly good against the number with a 4-2 against the spread record. Not saying that the Clippers aren't, because they've been good against the spread too, but sometimes a little bit of recency bias can play into there. And also, when you have the big market teams like the Clippers and the Lakers, sometimes the value isn't quite as good when you talk about those type of teams. Any other nuggets you think better should know?
I went back and forth a little bit on the total on this one, but to sort of correlate with my play on the Spurs, I do expect a bit more of a defensive affair here. Both teams saw the total go over in their last game, but yeah, I just don't think San Antonio, it doesn't want to get into a shootout here with the Clippers. You're going to see a lot of half-court set run by San Antonio when they're on offense. So my official lean on this one will be to the under.
Right, and I think it will make a difference if LaMarcus Aldridge is in the lineup. I think he's their second leading scorer. And also, I'm just wondering if Paul George can continue to shoot as hot as he's been. It's been a small sample size, but he's shooting 54% from the field, 88% from the free throw line, and 47% from the three-point line. So I don't know if that can continue for that much longer. That's going to do it for our NBA talk here on Picks and Parlays. Great stuff from Nick. As always, Nick, thanks for joining us.